Hey guys, welcome to Sippin Spillin with Syd and Mike from 3 Mississippi. Hello.
From and at.
From and at, yes. From the sip.
What a weekend this was.
Oh man, this was one for the record books.
It was.
So, for any of you that don't know, David from Come On Homesteading and Tim from Ridge Life both converged here at 3 Mississippi on Saturday afternoon, and Tim actually just left maybe like 20-30 minutes ago.
David left this morning before church.
Yeah.
Yep.
But David had to hurry up and get home. He has a longer drive home back to Come On Mountain in Arkansas. And but we did 2 lives last night. We did one on our channel on 3 Mississippi on Saturday night, and one on Tim's on Ridge Life. We ended up, I think we just shy of 700 people in that live at one point.
On Tim's
live.
If you guys have not watched the live that we did Saturday night on Ridge Life, you need to go watch it. It was a fun live. We were all there. David was there. Tim was obviously there because it was his live. We were there. Frankie was there. We may have played a little guitar and sang a little song, Frankie and I. So it was a good time. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. We had a great time. And then after, of course, once we finished filming, and we gave Tim, because Tim hadn't been here before. In fact, Tim and Mike had not officially met in person yet. So when Tim got here, that was the first time they had met in person. They've been talking on the phone, and they've been texting and trading deer stories and stuff like that. But they hadn't met yet. I had met Tim twice, and Frankie had come with me to one of the meetups and met him. But this was the first time that they were meeting. So it was nice to kind of be able to have them all meet and officially be in the same place. And we had a wonderful dinner last night. Mike made a really great venison smoked on the barbecue, and it was delicious. And we had a great evening.
Venison backstrap.
Yeah, backstrap.
Did a reverse sear.
Yeah.
So smoked it for about an hour, and then took it in and seared it in a cast iron with a little oil, and whoo!
It was delicious.
Man, it was good.
It tasted like just steak. I don't want to say just steak, but
if I would have told you it was filet mignon,
you would have been like, oh,
you'd have believed me.
Okay. Yeah, it was really good. And we had a great evening. The rest of the evening, we kind of stopped filming and just kind of hung out and enjoyed each other's company, which I think was much needed for everybody. It was kind of nice to be low key and have the cameras turned off and just sort of hang out and swap stories. And we talked business a little bit, and YouTube stuff, and then, we talked, stupid stories from our lives, and just,
it was a good time.
It was a good time. We had a really
we got
great
to know
time.
each other.
We did. Yeah. Because it's hard, and when you get together, and we talked about this a little bit, I think, during one of the lives last night, or Saturday night, I should say, because you guys are seeing this on Monday. But a little bit about how, there's only so much when you're kind of in a business setting in YouTube and leaving each other comments and talking about business and work, that when we actually are able to physically all get in one spot and have a little bit of downtime together where we can all just kind of talk and get to know each other and kind of just in a different way than you do when you're still kind of as a coworker, if that makes sense, where you get to be more friendly and just that family kind of feeling, and get a little more backstory on each other and stuff, and
make fun of each other's tractors.
That too.
Who can shoot straight, who can't. That's
right. Yeah, they those 3 mercilessly just ruin each other, but they had a great time. It was all in good fun.
It was all in good fun.
Yeah. We had a wonderful time. And we're so glad that they were able to both finally come down here and together, and that Tim was able to finally come down at all, because he's driven, but we've been giving him a hard time because he comes out to Mississippi to visit his son at college, and we're
but he's usually in a hurry.
He's
got a a round trip plan.
Yeah.
But Mississippi State is only about 45 minutes from us. So I think we may have started something this weekend. Where there may be some discussions about a meetup in Upper Mississippi, an annual meetup.
Yeah.
Because there are other channels here in Mississippi, and Arkansas and West Tennessee, where Tim is. at the Ridge. Those are not far away.
Right.
You know,
Right.
2 to 5 hour drives for some of them. So yeah, we got some thinking to do there.
Yeah, we do for sure. So I know somebody brought up, like, you know, if you guys watch the channel at all, you've heard us refer to Silver Pasture. Somebody was like, set everybody up in Silver Pasture with their campers and their tents and like just have a good old time. And I was like,
big old,
that's
like,
a brilliant idea.
Flat,
yeah,
perfect,
it's perfect spot
like
for it.
8-acre parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, that'd be amazing. So that's definitely something that we, you know, might think about at some point, because that would be a good time. Yeah. So maybe. But and I think and we were also talking about the Mid-America meetup at 10 Killer Lake in Oklahoma that's happening on May 19th through the 22nd. Mike can't commit to it yet, but I think I'm going to do some digging and
I'm trying to commit.
I might go ahead and just book something nearby, and if he can make it, great. If he can't, then I'll go, just because, you know, it's one of those things where it's important to like network and meet other channels. And it's one thing when you, like I said, where you just have comments back and forth and you watch each other's videos. It's a whole nother thing when you actually get to meet people in person and really just kind of vibe with them and hang out and get to know them and give each other tips and tricks. And this didn't work for me, but this did. And it's just a different kind of networking, and it's helpful in a lot of ways. And it's nice kind of to like, you can vent sometimes because they understand the struggles that maybe you're hitting a wall on one thing and somebody else has already gotten past that wall, and maybe they can give you a tip, you know. So it's just kind of cool. So I think I might do that this week. I might look into that and set that up, and then he can decide, you know, the day of if he wants to go or not. But we'll see.
Knock
it off, bro. But yeah, for those of you who don't know too, spoiler alert. Frankie got her first deer on Friday.
You're done.
She got a nice big doe. We talked about that on the live a little bit as well.
That is going to be such a great video.
I'm stressing that video a little bit, and I'll tell you why. I was not there for 98% of the footage that was shot for that video.
Right.
And so, and I do, I would say, a vast majority of the editing, if not almost all. There's very few occasions that you
essentially
do
all.
Yeah. And so it's really hard for me to kind of storyboard it and lay it out and have a vision of it when I didn't see any of the footage, and there was so much footage that I have to sort through that I want to make sure I do it right, that he's gonna like it. So I'm really taking my time and really going through each section and pulling what I want, and I'm liking how it's coming together so far, but I need more time on it, if you know what I mean. So I think that's going to come out on 3 Mississippi a week from yesterday for you guys. So this coming Sunday, that'll give me lots of time to fluff it out and get it the way I want it. And I think we're going to end up doing that one as a premiere.
Yeah, I think so. And it's going to be a little longer.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And
well, we'll see. Some of that footage, there's some of the footage that was not usable for different reasons that I've had to already, like, oh, I can't use this clip at all or whatever. So I'm still sorting through, but we'll see how long it actually ends up being. But I think it'll be at least 30 to 40 minutes, I think. So, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, and I'm going to challenge you guys not to skip ahead. Take it in. And you know, set the time aside to take in Frankie's journey, from just
landing here in Mississippi, just uprooting her basically,
right,
to
shooting her a rifle for the first time in her life, taking the Mississippi State hunter safety course online, training with me, getting her hunting license. Getting dressed up in her hunting attire for the first time, and our first walks in the woods, and just all of it. It was just such an awesome journey that led up to that perfect moment.
Yeah, you know? And it's funny because, like, just watching some of the footage back from the first couple weeks that we were here till now, the change in her and her understanding of it and the maturity level of handling it. And she's always been mature for her age in a lot of ways, but you can see the growth in that sense. And it's kind of nice to see that, it was good, you know, to watch that father-daughter relationship. Like it's kind of nice to see the development of what he taught her and what stuck, and it's pretty neat. And I know it was a proud dad moment for Mike,
Man.
no doubt. So
I was terrified for her, you know. I was just, you know, I have not gotten the shakes, you know, buck fever, or whatever you want to call it, hunting in a long time. I think when I was younger, I did. I was shaking. I was shaking when she was about to take that shot.
yeah.
I was so just, you know, nerves on edge. It was, and it felt good. It did. It felt good to be that excited about it, you know, and nervous for her, and yeah, and to hear her, you know, her breathing and her trying to talk, and I won't give away any of what was said or how that went.
Yeah.
It'll be there next week. You guys will get to watch it. But wow, it was something else.
And there's actually, going along with that, there's actually I'm gonna be working on that. In fact, by the time this comes out, it might be already on the bonfire page of a special commemorative piece of merch that's going to go along with that premiere video.
Yep.
So I think we got kind of a little bit of spoiler of that last night on Tim's live, but I think you'll.
And we're gonna give John credit.
Yeah, it was
at
John
Cold
and
Beer
Frankie.
Ranch.
Yeah, John at Cold Beer Ranch, and Frankie came up with that one, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely doing that.
It was good enough. We're having shirts made, y'all.
Yeah, it was good. So yeah, very very cool. And man, you know, it's funny because with Tim and Dave gone now, so I'm like, man, it's so quiet.
I know.
We were all just gabbing. We had, you know, it's funny, guys, to tell you.
A lot of words were said in the last 24, 48 hours.
Yeah, we had a great time though, and anytime they want to come back, they were so cute. They're, you know, thanking us for our hospitality and whatnot. But I'm like, man, it's nice to have the company, and it didn't
seem like hospitality. It just seemed
felt
like
we were just having friends over, and
open the door to your friends, your family, you know.
You're sleeping over, like, you know, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
They're cool cats.
They are. We had a great time, and that's another reason too that I want to go to the meetup, because I'm like, well, that's a couple months away. It'll be nice to see them both and everybody else that I haven't seen in a while that's going. I think Mel and Gary are going from SLR. I don't know if Aunt and Roxanne are going. I think they might be, but I'm not sure. I didn't get confirmation when we were talking about that the other day with who was I talking to about it? I think I was asking Terry and from MT Homestead, Big Mike and Terry, because they're the ones that sort of, I guess, throwing it or started it with a couple other channels, but they're the ones that
they're the host.
They're one of the hosts, I guess. I think there's a couple of them, but they're the ones that I saw it through first. So in my mind, they're directly linked to it. Whether they're the only ones or not, I did hear that somebody else was kind of setting it up with them, but I don't off the top of my head recall who. So forgive me for.
And
not
Tim
giving
said he's
proper
going to be
credit.
there.
Tim said he's going to be there. David's going to be there. I know Mike and Terry from MT Homestead are going to be there.
Mel and Gary are trying.
They said last night that they will be there.
Did they?
That's what they said
okay,
in the
then
live.
I then heard
So
that there
SLR
was
is going to be there.
possibly a conflict with something.
Yes, but
and they were trying to work that out.
Yes, but then last night they said yes.
They
we'll
worked
be there.
it out. That's awesome.
That's what I'm guessing, because they said they'll be there. And then oh shoot, I was just had it and then I lost it. But there's a bunch of people going. Maddie from Backwood Mindset, I think, said he was coming down.
Oh, is he gonna be there? All right.
Yeah, and I think Chrissy from Paragon Ridge Ranch is coming down. I'm assuming she's bringing Jeremy, and she may or may not be, depending on the school schedule for the kids, for the boys. Mullet Man may be coming down with her.
Actually, they did say his channel name,
Adrenaline.
Yeah, they said he was going to be there.
Yeah. Okay. So he'll be there, and then so there's going to be. I think he told me how many of the channels. It was like 50 channels or 30 channels or something like that.
A lot.
Yeah, which is a lot when you think about it, because you know, if at least every channel is between 1 to 2 people minimum, then you got, you know. So it's gonna be.
Well,
nice.
and for some people, it's like 2 or 3 channels per person, though. Right.
That's
true. So like if you're there, then there's 2 channels there.
That's
Sippin
true.
Spillin and 3 Mississippi.
That's true. I don't think they were counting
if Tim
it quite
is there,
that way.
it's multiple
like 4
channels.
Yeah, I don't think they were counting it that way.
Speaking about Tim's other channels, we should talk about his Sunday evening channel for just a second.
Yeah.
You may not, you may not know this about Tim. He
Make sure
is,
you're not spilling something he doesn't want spilled directly.
Nope.
Okay.
All I'm going to say is Tim went to church with us this morning and knew 4 of the 5 hymns that we sang
By
at
heart.
church by heart.
Yeah, which is impressive. Because we sing different hymns I think one time we sang the same hymn.
He knew 4 of the 5 by heart. Yeah. So, yeah, you guys want to check out his faith-based channel if you have not done so already. And he goes live on Sunday nights.
Sundays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time.
7 p.m. Central.
Yeah.
And it's wow, it's just blanked.
Lessons from the Ridge.
Lessons from the Ridge, right.
But then earlier I heard him say, at one point I heard him say Ridge Lessons. So I don't know if he changed. It used to be Lessons from the Ridge. So I don't know if maybe he swapped the name around a bit. But, so I don't want to say it wrong now because I noticed he said that earlier after I said Lessons from the Ridge. So he may have changed the name slightly because he did take a break from the channel for a minute. So when he came back, he may have zhuzhed the name. But I'm sure if you go to Ridge Life's channel, you will find his other channels listed in his community tab on in his about section.
Yeah.
But that's, I mean, honestly, we used to, when he used to be on Sunday mornings, we used to watch it all the time, or listen to it, I guess I should say. And then, of course, on Monday, too, on Ridge Life.
Monday, he's doing a premiere.
He's doing a premiere.
Ridge Life from his hunting season, from the 2022 to 23 hunting season.
Yeah, so you definitely,
I'm looking forward to watching that.
Yeah, I think that one starts at 5 Central.
And I can't talk about that at all because he told me things about it, and I'll be afraid that I might spill something. So we'll just be there tonight at
the premiere,
5 o'clock.
No, that's tomorrow.
This is going to post tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. Tomorrow. You're right. Sorry. Monday. Let's do this. Monday at 5 o'clock.
Right.
Central Standard Time
on Ridge Life.
On Ridge Life for his premiere. Make sure you go check that out.
And he's going to be in there commenting and responding to comments.
Yeah. And then David from Come On Homesteading is going to be on Ridge Life Ramblings on Tuesday.
That's right. He
live.
is.
I think
as a guest.
He's got a lot coming up this week. Yeah.
Man, they got a lot. These guys are hardworking folks.
And then David is going to have a huge announcement on Come On Homesteading. So make sure you check him out this week.
We should just spill it now so it's not huge.
No.
I'm just kidding.
Although we said if you watch both of those lives and you were listening carefully, you'll know what the big announcement is. So
you will, actually. If you go back and watch our live from 3 Mississippi and Ridge Life's live
you'll know
from Saturday night, you'll figure it out.
You'll figure it out. But that's coming probably this next week. He wasn't sure because they had big storms up there. He's got a lot to deal with when he gets back. Which
I think there was some damage.
Right,
I think there was some storm damage to a structure or something.
Yeah, Gary had to actually go. Well, no, he talked about that last night.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah. That was during the live.
So hard to
I know
what we can spill and what we can't.
That happened during the live, and it was said publicly, so I feel like I can repeat it.
All right.
But yeah, Gary from SLR had to go up and kind of clear a little bit of a path and take care of, kind of survey the damage from the big storm they had up there in Arkansas. So
apparently it was quite the storm.
They got what did he say? 8 inches of snow or something stupid like that?
Wow.
Some ridiculous amount of snow that I was like, what? Really? So I feel like I've been living under a rock the last 2 weeks because I feel like I missed a lot. People were talking about different news things, and I was like, "Where have I been? I did not hear about that." So I don't know. But anyway, but yeah. So make sure you're checking out Come On Homesteading's channel, and he's also got. He said he loved those firecrackers so much he's gonna make them on a Fired Up Friday.
All right.
Yeah. So his other channel, Fired Up Friday. He's going to make firecrackers at some point. So if you never heard what a firecracker is, they are an easy to make, tasty, addictive.
Not the kind that has a fuse.
Yeah, addictive little treat. And I sent the boys both home with baggies for the road, so they had a snack for the road. So, but yeah.
Not baggies, they're going to get them thrown in jail.
Not those kind of baggies. No, baggies of crackers.
Baggies of crackers, not crack.
Yeah, no, that's no. Not that kind of party.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm excited for them. They got a big week coming up. We got a big week coming up with our video coming out hopefully and we'll have a video out on Friday too. Probably will be of them being here. Some of the other stuff that we did. I didn't I'll be real honest with y'all. I did not film a lot while they were here.
I know. We just had a good time.
We just kind of had a good time, and two reasons why I did that. One, because I wanted to enjoy their company. We were having a good time. Two was because they were getting some really well. David was kind of in the same boat as I was. He didn't film as much either. He was just and he was tired. He'd been driving for like ever. But
Tim was a monster.
Tim was on it. Tim was
He went from sitting down, chatting, chilling, having a friendly conversation to like work mode turned on. He got up, he got his tripod, he grabbed the camera. He's like, okay, we're gonna shoot this, and then he would film something, and then chilling, relaxing, and then he you know what? I'm gonna get some drone footage before it gets dark. And boom,
so he
back
called
to work.
And a guy with a drone just showed up. It was amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
No, Tim's he's a workhorse. He's a monster.
Yeah, so that was another reason I was like, I'd rather kind of see their interpretation of the visit and see it through their eyes than me try to film as much while they're filming. I mean, I got some stuff, but it won't be, I might have to kind of combine it with something else just to kind of judge it out. But anyway, so that might be coming out Friday, like our version of that. And then Sunday will be the big premiere hunting video for us. So that'd be good. You have Tim's premiere tonight at 5 o'clock, Monday night here for his hunting
2022 video. Hunting season.
Yeah. And then you'll have Frankie's first deer on Friday and her growth from going from 0 to deer hunter.
Right.
So that's exciting. So anyway, I hope you guys had a really wonderful weekend. If you had a weekend as a tenth of as good as the weekend that we had, then you had an amazing time.
And you are blessed.
And we are looking forward to another amazing week, and we hope to see you tomorrow. And until then, goodbye.